How to plan and analyze your bat survey using DarkFlight and Roost. So the first thing you want to do is come to the ecordia.com website, head over to hire and purchase, and then we are looking to go to the coverage planner down at the bottom. Once we are at the coverage planner, you're able to choose between the standard and pro version. The pro version is radiometric, the standard version is non-radiometric. The pro version is also just a little bit more sensitive. So as you can see on the planner, we have a field of view cone and then we have a series of circles. So the field of view cone is to represent the field of view you'll get with that camera. So within the green is you'll definitely be able to detect anything within that distance. Within the orange it starts to get a little bit shaky, and then red there's no guarantee you will see things. If you do turn on ultra vision, which is like a more high sensitivity mode for either of the cameras, you may still be able to pick things up in the orange and red, but for when you're planning your survey, you want to make sure that whatever you need visible is within the green field of view cone here. Now the circles are to do with your audio detection range. So the green circle is 10 meters and you should pick up every species if they call within 10 meters. The orange circle is about 30 meters, and you can see here it's the common species, so common pip, soprano pip, Dobentons, natteras. All of these should be getting picked up in the orange range. And then in the red range too, that comes to 60 meters. And that's for your louder, further carrying species. So you can place down your first unit. Let's get it there. So we're covering the front of the building like so. And DarkFlight units also come with an external detector. So if we add on a detector, you can see there's no field of view cone here because we're not adding another camera, we're just adding another ultrasonic detector. We could then place it at the face of the building which we're looking at there. And all of the data from this external detector will get paired with the units that we have set up here. So we'll be able to see two sets of sonograms, two heterodynes, and all of that will continue throughout the analysis process, which I will show you shortly. And they're also time synced together. So the purpose of being able to have an external detector synced up with the main unit is that at the range at which you need to place the camera so it can see everything you want to see, you may not be able to hear what you want to hear because it's just too far. If we add in the external detector, then we're ensuring that not only are we getting all of the detections around the base unit, but we're also getting all of the possible detections around the external unit as well. As you can see, this is only a short gap between them, and the orange circles are more than covered. So you can go on and add as many units and external detectors as you want. I recommend whilst you're doing this to turn the rings off for the units which you have placed, just so when you're adding in a second one it doesn't look too cluttered. So if we add in a standard unit here, and being on site, I don't think this is actually something you can do, but for the purposes of this video I'll pop it just there. Drag the field of view in so it's nice and green, and you can see it's just a little less, so this is 18 meters compared to roughly the 23 meters there. And then I will add another external detector, so we can see this is number 2 linked with unit 2, and we've got external detector 1 linked with unit 1. And at any time we can actually click between the two and toggle the rings on or off, but as you can see it can get a little bit messy, so we'll turn them off as we go. Now what this aims to do is give you a really good understanding of where do I have coverage, both visual and acoustic. So let's say we're happy with this site plan, we've got 2 sides covered. We've gone out, we have collected some data, we now need to analyze it. Okay, so now we have had a look at the coverage planner and we have gone out and done our survey. We have uploaded it to the Roost platform. The next thing to do is to go through the analysis itself. So we can open up our specific survey here. Obviously this is just a demo account. If we had more, they would show up here. And we can see the coverage ledger at the top, which is the entire survey chunked into 30-second clips. And if there were any limitations in this demo, there aren't, but if there were any limitations such as frame drops or audio issues, anything like that, they get shown very clearly here, and you can also see the limitations here. I've made another video and post about that, so I will link that so you can see what I'm talking about there. Now, as for the actual review of the survey, we can go through and have a look at all of these 30-second clips, these composite images which show all of the activity from that 30-second chunk. And we can go in and we can make bat or no bat decisions. Now, we can also do so by just looking at this tile here, so we can see for block number 1 there are absolutely 0 flight paths there. You have essentially analyzed that 30-second section of data, and you can click on no bat. I've already gone through and done that here, but if we put possible bat, then it should update here to possible bat, so on and so forth. Now, the big advantage of having your audio synced with your video is you can actually jump to specific blocks which have acoustic activity. So in this example, 94 of the 194 blocks contain acoustic activity. So you can say about 100 of them, there just weren't any bat calls. Obviously, this doesn't mean that there's no bat present, but it does mean the likelihood of a bat being present is less, especially if you combine those other 100 blocks with not seeing any flight paths. So what we can do is we can go through and, okay, that looks pretty much like a bat to me, so let's go and have a look at block 84. Okay, so we'll wait for both to load. Okay, so we can see this little slider here. This is dragging the play marker along for the sonogram. And if you have a look at the video timestamp as well, we're scrolling through that at the same time. Obviously the two are synced, and that remains the case whether or not you drag this or drag that. It's just this is a little finer because you've got the full hour 47 here, but here is just the 30-second clip. So we can drag it through to just before the call starts, and we can see on here, okay, there's no bats, but let's press play. And lovely, we can hear it and we can see it at the same time. I'll actually just zoom out so you can see all of that happening at the same time. So we go just before the call, play, there it is, lovely, and coming back as well. Excellent. So we can say, all right, that is a bat. Now we need to prepare this clip so it can go into our report. So we're going to want a screenshot of the thermal video. We're going to want a screenshot of the sonogram. We're also going to want a species ID. So before we get the screenshots, what we can do is zoom to our call here on the sonogram, open that up a little bit, and then what we have here are the call characteristics. So the peak frequency, the call shape, the pulse duration, between pulses, not measurable on this instance, and then we've got the bandwidth as well. So you should be able to use these call characteristics as a first port of call to help you understand what kind of call it is you are looking at. Once you have gone through and you've decided, okay, this could be a common pip, you can just assign the species there. You can also just play this back. You can retune the heterodyne as much as you want. You can also just load this into your acoustic identifier of choice, and it is made to be compatible with other tools. So once you have the species identified, you can scroll through on our thermal frame here, and let's just say, okay, that's nice. The bat is very clearly prominent here. We can see it, so let's capture this frame. Now with the sonogram, we can choose the full 32-second clip, or we can zoom to the selection and we can select just this part, and then we can capture the sonogram there. We've already assigned a species, so then this is what our little downloaded package will look like for this specific block. Have the thermal frame, the sonogram, the species. The lock frequency, that's just because I clicked up to 94 by accident there. We can tune that down to 49, and then it will change. And then save to download package. And now we just rinse and repeat. So we can go through, okay, we've confirmed this is a bat. Let's go to the next block. We would watch, okay, we hear some calls, possible bat, confirmed bat, so this is possible. We would then do the process again. We can scrub through, find the calls, go to the image, just make sure that we're seeing it as well as hearing it. And then you can go through and author the evidence. So on, so forth for the entire survey. So for this one, we happen to have 194 blocks in total, and I've gone through and made decisions on 16. When there isn't any bat activity, it's the easiest thing in the world. You can just go up here. The default next activity is no bat. So we can just click on next block. We go to the next block. Here. So effectively, you're reviewing 30 seconds worth of time per block here, and you can also have a look at the overview of the sonogram for the block as well. So given we're not seeing any obvious flight paths here that look bat-like, and we're not hearing anything on the ultrasonic detector, you may choose to skip forward, or if you wanted to be really thorough, you can of course go into every single file and give your verdict, your decision at that point. So once it comes time to end your analysis, you've done all of the blocks. You can go to downloads. You can download the full MP4 video, which is just the full survey in the MP4 version. You can download all of the full spectrum WAVs, or you can have them tuned as well. So if you wanted to put a block into another tool just to get its perspective, then block 4, download the full spectrum WAV. Boom, there you go. Now for the authored evidence packages, you click download survey package just here.